Well, let's get back to the Arsenal training ground now, where Mikel Arteta's side are preparing for their Champions League game with Shakhtar Donetsk. Our reporter Paul Gilmore is there for us now. Paul, big talking point, of course, on Saturday was Bukayo Saka's absence. Have you seen him today training?
Well, Vicky, we haven't seen him yet, but the players are still emerging for this training session ahead of Shakhtar Donetsk. And yes, Mikel Arteta said that they will make a decision on him after this final session. So we're waiting to see if we get a glimpse of him. Of course, the one thing that we always stress in these kind of situations is that we're always in here for the first 15 minutes, and then obviously the rest of the session is behind closed doors. So let's just have a look at who we can see at the moment from the Arsenal team. And yeah, as far as I can see, no sign of Bukayo Saka. He doesn't seem to be here for this early part of the session, for the warm-up part of the session. So whether he does come in a little bit later on when we're out of here, we'll try and find out. But Mikel Arteta did say that he was close to returning. So if not for this game, then certainly and possibly Liverpool at the weekend. That's the big game from an Arsenal perspective, especially after what happened at the weekend. Disappointment of a defeat against Bournemouth and also a third red card of the season. Afterwards, Arteta and Declan Rice talked about cutting out the silly mistakes that could ultimately cost them, especially when you think that Manchester City have set the bar so high in terms of points won. There's not that much room for error. But of course the context and the bigger picture is that that was Arsenal's first defeat in 17 games. So Mikel Arteta was keen to point that out as well. And it is something that is relevant because they have a tough run of fixtures in that time. And they've been fairly consistent. So yes, they are reacting and getting on with it quickly after that William Saliba red card at the weekend. They are considering whether or not to appeal that decision. There was a similar incident that, of course, has been well documented and talked about at Anfield yesterday. It was quite similar, and whether they feel that that could form the part of a strong appeal. Arsenal considering whether to do that or not as they prepare for this Champions League game, a game against Shakhtar Donetsk in this new look, new format competition. So will we see many changes to the Arsenal team? You think someone like Raheem Sterling, who did start against Bournemouth but was sacrificed once the red card happened and made his way off, is it another chance for him to go again? And also I think there's been a bit of a clamour in the Arsenal fan base for Ethan Nwaneri, whether this is a good game for him to start. So a lot of selection issues. Will be really interesting to see the Arsenal team come tomorrow night. But this certainly is the scene at the moment. Martin Odegaard, we know, is not here. He's still definitely, he will definitely miss the Shakhtar Donetsk game. He is getting closer to a return, but still no near to getting back involved with training. But as far as we can see, no sign of Bukayo Saka in this open part of the training session.
OK, Paul Gilmore, thank you very much indeed.